All right, so Cancer, first and foremost, I do want to go ahead and pray for your peace, prosperity, and protection, not only in your current season, but as well in your future seasons to come. I did go ahead and do a spread so that we could pick up on some energy for you to go ahead and give you a message from the divine, right? The Most High, right? So, the message or the energy that I'm picking up on from this spread is that you have elevated out of a sense to where you were lacking your ability to trust your intuition. You were lacking your ability to see through secrets, and you were lacking, basically, you had a lack of strength when it came to being able to really be in tune with yourself, your powers, your inner intuition, your inner powers, right? And it may have caused you some conflicts, right? But I see you've done the work that you needed to do in order to come out of this situation or come out of this connection in a stronger, better sense, right? So, I'm showing you could have been involved in something that was causing some type of arguments or conflicts, maybe within a relationship in your home, romantically, work, or it could have just been something internally that you were dealing with, Cancer, where you were having some conflicts inside of yourself, some tensions inside of yourself that you really just needed to go on the spiritual journey to work out, right? Maybe you had some issues with anger or being impulsive or moving towards connections too fast, but now you've done the work and you're ready to see what types of opportunities can come from, the expansion, or you're ready to expand and see what can come forth from you actually going on this spiritual journey to work on yourself or a connection, right? Um, let's go ahead and look at the cards and see where I'm getting this information from so that it can make a little bit more sense for you. The first card that popped out was this Hermit card, which is the indicator that I got that you are coming out of this spiritual journey, right? This spiritual awakening. You've had a moment to where you were really able to go within and cultivate a sense of self, to cultivate a sense of power, to realize that everything that you do need is within inside of you, and that you have all of the answers really to what you need to do for yourself in your life in here and also in here, right? Our private place, right? So you took this time to just really work on yourself, work on conflicts, work on ways of being and thinking and doing, and it worked out in your best interest, right? So we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, right? Which with this, it's like you found a newer way to think, a newer way to believe, a newer way to act on your beliefs and thoughts, right? So this card is all about liberation, a new perspective, and having a sense of freedom that takes place on the inside, right? Within our private place. The Three of Swords also popped out in reverse. So with this is also just like, typically when it's in its upright position, it's somebody who's dealing with grief, it's somebody who's dealing with heartbreak, it's somebody who is, suffering in the moment. But it popped out in reverse for you, Cancer, which means that you've taken the moment to take all of the pain deep into your heart and actually transmute that into power, right? And so you have a sense of recovery and forgiveness about whatever it is that you found in your moment of isolation on your spiritual journey, right? So you're moving on to something greater, right? The next card we got was this Moon card, right? Which shows once again that the Moon card comes out at night to illuminate the things in the dark, right? So with you going inside of yourself, you are able to find the areas of deception within yourself, within the world, within the way that you moved within yourself and also within the world, right? So you got rid of a lot of illusions, you got rid of a lot of fear, you got rid of a lot of deception by going on this spiritual journey, right? So the Five of Wands popped out, which let me know that you could have been dealing with some internal or external conflicts that were causing you unnecessary tension. Maybe you felt like you had to compete with people who weren't even trying to compete. All right, so maybe you had like this unnecessary energy of feeling like you had to compete in the world, compete for relationships, compete for, the amount of success that you have. It could have been amongst your partner, it could have been amongst your peers, it could have been within the workplace, it could have been just internally, as we've mentioned. Usually, the spiritual journey is about growth and elevation of self. So, I'm showing that you came out, right, of this with a Queen of Swords and a Queen of Cups energy, right? So now that you have elevated in this new sense of self, you are able to communicate effectively, right? You're able to communicate what's best for yourself and also what's best for others without having to, I'm guessing, be angry or impulsive or reckless with the way that you are delivering your communication style, right? You've learned to allow yourself emotional comforts that bring joy, peace, and wellness to your heart, Cancer, right? You have really tapped into being compassionate not only with yourself but also passionate with others. So the Queen of Swords popped out here, and then the Queen of Cups popped out here, right? And so when I'm looking at them, these are just like two energies of your emotional self and your intellectual self being able to work together. Right in the middle of that, I got the Knight of Wands in reverse, is where I'm picking up on the energy of where maybe you were an angry person before. Maybe you were reckless, or you were dealing with situations and people that were in that type of energy, and you had to learn how to deal with it. So the High Priestess did pop out in reverse. That's where I got that you in the beginning, like there was some point in your life before taking this spiritual journey that you weren't trusting yourself and that you were disconnected to being in tune with your higher version of, whatever it is that you believe in, right? So that right there let me know that you were going on this spiritual journey to come out stronger. You were going on this spiritual journey to see whatever illusions or deceptions that were holding you back and keeping you in certain energies that you didn't want to be in. We also got the Three of Wands that popped out as well, which is showing me that you are ready to, look ahead, right? You are ready to expand. You're ready to go back out into the world and take the new version of yourself with you and see what opportunities you can expand on and bring forth into yourself and into your life. That's going to bring you a sense of enjoyment, right? You're going to do some things that are inspiring to you, and you're going to do some things that make you feel emotionally satisfied. On the bottom of the deck, we did go ahead and get the Eight of Cups, which initially this is also a person who is like, you know what, I've done a lot in my current path, I've done a lot in my life, but I'm ready for something else. And this person is ready to leave behind everything that they've worked on in order to find a newer level, right? So this is how I knew that like you chose to go on this spiritual journey. You chose to have faith in finding out truths and finding out, developing your power, developing your strength, developing yourself, right? You wanted to go on something, a spiritual journey that was meaningful for you and also your future. And that's what it looks like happened. Give me a few clarifying cards for Cancer. Cancer, while we're waiting on these clarification cards, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below so that you don't miss out on any future reads. All right, give me one more for Cancer. That's a lot. We're not taking all them. Just one more. Okay, so this one flipped over. What is this one? Okay, cut down, cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. Okay, so we got cut down on this one. And then we got the runner on this one. All right, so Cancer, the two cards that popped out was the runner again. And then we also got the cut down. Looking at these cards, the runner says fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, and letting go, turmoil and fleeting, right? So you could have been in a situation or partnership to where this person was running away from you. This person had an intense connection with you, but they were always on the verge of giving you intimacy and then letting go. So maybe you have to go on this spiritual journey in order to deal and heal with that. And then we got cut down, right? So cut down, it says cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. So maybe you were in an energy where someone was maybe giving you the silent treatment and you had to internalize why this person was treating you a certain way. But when it's all said and done, you walking away and going on your spiritual journey was your moment of saying, like, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm cutting it out. If we have to separate in order for this pattern to stop, then that is what it is. And so that's the clarity that I have for you today, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope everything goes well in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.